Well, it looks like I'll be starting a new job over the next couple of days. Technically, have already started it, but just getting more into the feel of it. And I had this relative who I guess caught wind of my I don't even know what you would call it, beef conflict with one of the managers at my other position, right? The one that had been the lead manager, who I thought was, and I think have a right to believe was responsible for me getting my hours cut, like to the point of being almost nothing. And when they found out that I had been threatened by the manager with like getting a strike or whatever, just some kind of like coercion tactic to get me to say hello when they say hi back, they referred to me as not being friendly, and they've repeated this line, multiple times. But I thought it was kind of interesting how, with some people, it really seems like once they get an idea of someone, um, they will convince themselves this is what this person is. To hell with the circumstances or what new information might, dispute this. Like I talked about how before, this same relative used to call me lazy for being unemployed, even though it wasn't by my choice, right? I've mentioned before, getting a job is not easy, especially when you're living in the state with the largest number of people in it. Oftentimes, it's a mess. It is a mess. And once I started working at my, place of utter misery, they, continued calling me lazy for just like other craps, other stuff I didn't want to do that they were claiming was so important. And then, I said, I said this in the which video was that? The long distance relationships are dumb video. All you want to do is work, and it was nuts, right? That like you would get called lazy for not doing something that someone wants you to do after they already called you that for not having a job. So they took the same insult and applied it to some other thing you're not doing that they want you to do, because it never stops. But I thought about them saying that I wasn't friendly, and I had like one of the managers at the newer place, or I guess the one I'm testing out, saying that like he interpreted me as being shy, and this is something that I heard from another manager at that retailer I was working at a few years ago. And my thing is this: if I'm starting to work somewhere and I'm trying to get accustomed to the setting, the task that they want me to complete or otherwise handle, I'm probably not going to be that outgoing. Like if I'm, I guess it's this. It goes this way. When I go to the other job, the one that I'm trying to get out of, you clock in, people say hi, you say hi back to them. You know what you're doing. You feel like I feel comfortable. And I'm more outgoing there because of the duration of time I've been there. Generally knowing what my assigned duties are. And I guess what I'm getting at is when we're in these workplace settings, there's like this thin line of being encouraged to, have fun, quote unquote, but then also like take it seriously. This is your job. So it's like you'll take a person like me who I like to, make jokes and just try to not be utterly miserable doing something that I probably would rather not be doing. But if I'm trying to learn how to perform the task of the job, I'm probably not going to say as much or be as talkative as I would be with something that I feel more knowledgeable of. And really, I guess just for me, my issue with this characterization is that I don't know. It's like I can think of so many instances where someone will say, "Oh, you talk too much," or "You shouldn't have said this." And it's like, so if I don't say anything, it is bad. But if I say something, it's bad. It's just like these no-win situations. But I find it really funny if you have people who, some of these people have not talked to me in a year, 2 years, even longer than that, but they are convinced they know what my personality is. They have this window into my soul. They can tell you what I would do in every particular scenario. And it's really sad too, because it's like, the retailer thing is still like a sore spot for me. Because as I explained before, me getting like gotten rid of there was not about, oh, he didn't say hi to me or he was me. Which, by the way, being nice or being friendly towards someone is harder to do when your face is covered with a mask. Because this was during the virus, that whole affair. So that's already like a hindrance. But what kills me again is like them saying I'm not friendly is trying to obfuscate from the fact that place got rid of me by virtue of how many customers were complaining about me, which was something that they were doing for things that were out of my control. Oh, the place didn't have this. I'm going to give the cashier, 3 out of 5 stars or 2 out of 5 stars. They didn't know where this item was. 1 out of 5 stars. Just stuff that you can't control. In fact, my friend actually said that at that retailer, I got blamed for so much stuff that wasn't my fault that when the higher ups were getting ready to get rid of me, like write up the pink slip, they should have made sure that the pencil they used or the pencil or pen they used had a piece of the cross that was that crucified Jesus. It's like you bear the sins of all the misdeeds of the retailer, and they think that like by sacrifice the dumb customers who are doing this think that by complaining about you they're going to improve something when they're just going to keep up the same old crap. So that part was funny to me. But yeah, it just seems like once someone gets an idea of who you are, they stick to it. I think that when I start a job, I'm more concerned with just trying to learn it, and that's why I'll be more reserved or, not as comfortable. But if I'm there for weeks, months, properly shown how to do something, given some semblance of positive reinforcement, I'm a lot more inclined to actually be convinced that I'm, doing something right. And even with the other job, as bad as the managers there treat me, when they rush me or go like hurry up now, I don't care all that, because like first of all, I'm only getting 1 shift or less a week now, so no incentive to like try. But also, if you know that you're like slow walking on purpose just to have something to do for the 3, 4, 5 hours a week that you're there, it's not about like a lack of skill, but just like, again, a lack of incentive or really care to perform to the level that you used to, because now you know that they're just a group of unappreciative pricks that, are their main mission is to cheat you out of as much money as possible. But yeah, it's so interesting. People really believe they know someone better than themselves. And man, it kills me because like I would have, I've had like different relatives where I make jokes with them and call them and say they're doing different guys that I've worked with. So again, like I have people who very much have seen me be outgoing or, more just receptive to, like being friendly. But it's just like I don't act the same way around every person I encounter. In a workplace setting, I'm more reserved also because, and this got this fire truck behind me, but just, out of the belief that, the more you talk, the more friendly you are, quote unquote, sometimes that can be a bad thing too. I mean, I saw a guy get reported for saying hi to a girl. I saw, myself get reported for asking some bimbo for her phone number. I mean, it's insane. Like you really can't win for losing. And that's why we always have to remember the wise words of Calvin Coolidge. If you don't say anything, you won't be called on to repeat it.